Hello there and welcome to another edition of Channels Beam. I am Victor Matthias. It's over 500 days since the Chibok girls were abducted from their dormitory in a secondary school in Chibok, Borno State. Now, while a few of them were able to escape that same night, the rest, unfortunately, were not so lucky and have been in captivity since. On the program today, we will be looking at the way forward and also make a detour to get the reaction of a political scientist on the statement issued by the senior special advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on media and publicity. But just before we begin today's conversation, let's take a look at the trending topics in the past week. The Office of the Citizen Hackathon, organized by Budget, PIN Nigeria and Enough is Enough, was held in Lagos to refresh the minds of Nigerians of their roles and responsibilities of holding the government accountable. Nigerians went haywire on Twitter after the Kogi APC primaries were conducted. Tweets tweeted either expressing joy or reservations over the emergence of the winner of the primaries, Mr. Abubakar Audu. So be a part of this conversation by tweeting with the hashtag ChannelsBeam. Let's now meet our online contributors.
The government is doing, I believe, what it can, especially with tackling Boko Haram, but we are yet to see possibly significant improvement in that. But I have some fears, especially with some of the findings that the military rescues they've had, and we are yet to find these girls or identify them as some of those that have been released. So that still raises this question of their location, or if they are still together or have been possibly sold out, or they are no longer in a place. But their rescue is something that has to be done, and we as I'm a member of Bring Back Our Girls, who will continue to campaign and lead that campaign to ensure that government does what it can, and to also mobilize international support to secure their release.
I keep referring to the body language because that's by a lot of the actions that has been taken. It's clear that it gives the notion, that this particular administration seems to be passionate about it. But we need to understand the fact that any government anywhere has a primary responsibility amongst all other responsibilities. What this simply means is, no matter what any government is doing, if the security and welfare of the people is not taken care of, every other thing becomes meaningless and it becomes baseless. So if we don't have security of lives and properties, we don't have welfare. It simply means that when government put roads in place, hospitals, schools in place, provided there is no basis of that security and welfare, all those other ones becomes baseless. They don't have pillars to hold them together. So the moment President Buhari came into power, we started seeing some actions that he took. He went to the three countries that borders Nigeria, Niger, Chad, Cameroon. He went to Benin Republic. Funds has been committed to this. Over $20 million has been committed to this by the federal government. The United States government trusts this administration better, and I use that word carefully. Committed $5 million to this cause. The multinational joint task force team is headed by Nigerians, by Nigeria. If we look at also the several meetings that was held, the first few weeks and few days of Buhari being president, he met with the service chiefs. And then even when one of the service chiefs resigned, he refused that resignation. He waited to do his investigation. And when he found that they were not capable of carrying the counter-insurgency war. He replaced them, and then several other actions. The vice president, for instance, has gone to visit a lot of internally displaced camps. It's gone round. So by the time we begin to look at this, there are pointers to the fact that this particular administration seems to be passionate and seems to be prioritizing the issue of our counterinsurgency struggle.
I think that the military, this strategy of finding these girls, or the security agency strategy to find these girls, has really led me to wonder if they are following it in the right way. Nigeria is a big country. We have vast people move around everywhere. And if these girls that have been taken in the middle of the night, and some of them escaped during the process of kidnapping, and some weren't fortunate, and it took our security agencies a long time to be able to even get to Sambisa Forest. I don't think that these girls are still within the vicinity, the area where they think they would be. They must have been scattered everywhere. And like I've said before, a lot of we would be lucky if most of them are still alive, because there have been so many suicide bombers with girls everywhere performing the suicide bombing. Where are these girls coming from? Some of these things are the things which we should be looking at, because when we will hope that they are able to come back, but when we keep looking at this, we should also begin to think of the fact that it might be possible for these girls to be completely back from their captivity.
All right, guys, let's just hold it there for a while. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll continue from where we'll stop. Please join us again.